Let's talk about this week in the hobby, guys, because there's been some stuff that's been going on. There's been some huge sales. The Luka Logoman's back in, at auction. But I wanted to start with this. I can't believe this. There's a Cade downtown was confirmed sold by pulled at Legacy Sports Cards and sold for $12,900. In my opinion, that's $10,000 too much. But I mean, that gives you the appeal of 1-in-1. 1-in-1 is one of the very few products that is going up right now and not going down. Let's ask our basketball expert
Is
here,
it numbered?
No, it's not.
They're not numbered.
But think about it. How much is a case of 1-in-1?
It's $10,000.
Okay, so you buy a case and you made a little bit of money.
What do you think, C-Rad? Is that justified?
I remember I was looking up these 1-on-1 cards the other night. And I mean, I admit I was pretty shocked, just like you guys, when I saw the price of it, because other similar rookie downtowns weren't even close. But like Dan was saying, like, these products, 1-in-1 is a very expensive product. So at the same time, I mean, yeah, look at those prices. Just like,
well, that's a Cade there, so we already seen it trend down $7,000 on eBay.
Wait, that one was 7?
Yeah.
Okay, so that to me feels a little closer to what I would expect something like that to sell.
I'm trying to see.
The 12 seems like it was just a bidding war.
It's actually 13. Let's be honest. 12.9. So
yeah.
it's
The 13 case does seem fairly high for me, being a downtown.
Well, a Zion recently, October 31st, Halloween. It was your birthday. Happy birthday. $8,500 for a Zion PSA 10 downtown.
And that's his rookie one too.
Not raw.
Here's a raw that sold for $5,000.
I guess it wouldn't be considered Zion. Raw because it's like uncirculated.
RJ Barrett, $1,600. $270 on Kendrick Nunn. I mean, no surprise there. Another Zion for $64. I'm trying to find maybe another big rookie here, but yeah, I mean, it just kind of shows you. I mean, obviously 1-in-1's a great product, but like maybe not to be the first buyer on a card like that. You're paying a little bit of a premium.
Yeah, that's kind of like the something we've said for years, right? If you're the first one that wants it, you're gonna be paying a premium.
But you gotta. Was that sold on eBay?
Yes.
The 12,000? I don't know.
It was. It had like 65 bids.
Well,
Jeez.
Did it get paid?
We don't know that.
That's the thing. Like we love using these comps, right? We love using these comps, but we don't have any proof that the item's been paid for, so it really doesn't even matter.
Cody, what did you think? What was your idea when you're like, oh, Cade, if I hit a Cade downtown, what do you think in your mind it would go for?
Kind of like what you were saying. I thought it would like probably tops. I mean, it's a rookie Cade, and the basketball season just started, so things are a little hotter. But I thought like tops maybe 5-6.
Yeah,
that's what it would go for.
I'm at like $5,000.
Yeah.
How many do you think of each player is made? I mean, if you had to guesstimate.
I'm gonna say 20 to 25 copies.
Are you getting one downtown?
It's gotta be at least 100.
Are you getting one downtown per case?
No. I actually only have pulled 2 downtowns in all the ones I did last week.
Crazy, because I think we pulled.
You pulled one.
I pulled one, but I think in the 4 cases that we did.
Oh no, and I pulled Steph.
Yeah, we pulled 2 in the 4 cases.
And you pulled a Suggs, right?
Yeah, or
I pulled a Scotty Barnes and a Luka Doncic. Oh wait, no, there was one more. There was one more guy I pulled.
Green, I think.
So how many rookies do they have? 10, maybe?
On the downtown checklist? Yeah, it's just the top ones. Just the top rookies.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say somewhere between 25 and 100 copies. So, I know it's a wide range.
That's a good guess. It's a good guess.
So they're falling maybe one every 1.5 cases. We can kind of say every 15 boxes.
I think with that statement, you're right on.
Yeah. And I think between 25 and 10,000.
I think it truly is between 25 and 100. I think you can safely say that.
Yeah, you can safely put your money on that. I mean, there could be more. That's the thing. It's not numbered. Would numbering this thing be worse?
Yeah, because you're gonna get into the whole thing of like, then they'll get comfortable with like paralleling them. You know what I mean? I don't like that.
Which they parallel that for football now, right?
I believe so.
And they don't Contenders Optic.
And they don't parallel this.
They don't parallel this, and this is the only basketball product that you can get a downtown. Football, you get it in 2 different products, and there's parallel versions.
Optic.
You get it in Optic, and you can get it in a Donruss.
You can't get it in Contenders Optic.
You cannot get it in Contenders Optic. So
but then there's gold vinyl versions of the ones that are in. There's gold vinyl downtowns too. I've seen them.
Yep.
Well, also,
those are
I think there's like also emerald. I think there's like number 5 as well.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
only
those are
the
not
base
big.
version are in Donruss, and then the paralleled versions are in. So
Yep.
then you just muddying them up, and then I'm sure they're in retail.
Yep.
Too, right?
So that's why these ones particularly, especially as a premium product, they should command a premium compared to like football downtowns.
I know we do this every year. What was the first product the downtowns were in? Was that
Studio
15, 16?
16, 17.
Wow, that's crazy.
And that product was
Awesome.
absolutely trash.
Oh,
Yeah. Do you think
awesome.
Do you think Ben Simmons created downtowns?
Created downtowns. What
Like
do you mean?
him personally?
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like
He was not playing
in the
a lot of
Panini
basketball.
What do you
boardroom.
mean,
he's-
like
Because I feel like that year because
he had no autographs.
he had
in,
no
okay.
autographs, and they had to create some value amongst his cards, so they created inserts based around him. When was the Kaboom created?
13, 14.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
I don't think they did. I think if you remember in 15-16, his rookie cards were going for a lot. There was no reason to like create more subsets.
Yeah.
To add value to the products. I think it was just a happy coincidence.
Yeah. The only redeeming quality of that set. Actually, I have a story. A customer of ours, his local card shop had one box of 16, 17 Studios sitting there for the last 5 years. So he decided to take a chance on it and bought it. Got a downtown. Remember, this is the first year downtowns. Kobe Bryant. He got it graded. It came back a PSA 10.
Jeez.
Downtown Kobe from the first studio
I haven't
set.
even looked up those. That's got to be those guys command a premium.
Yep. First year.
We go back to the well. Do we look for
Please
15, 16 Studio?
don't. No. That product, other than the downtowns, that product is so
Awesome.
You remember they were like the horizontal base cards, so you would have to open them up and like instead of just scrolling through them like a normal release, you would have to flip them around on their side and then like go through like them like sideways like this because
That's
the
right.
base cards were sideways.
Yeah.
That was not a fun product to rip, man.
Golden era of breaking. Golden era of
I
breaking.
know we had to have a lot of that.
We did.
It was a smaller box, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Luka Logoman is back up for auction.
Already?
The Luka Logoman up via PWCC. There is 9 days left, I believe, right, Cody?
Yes, 9 days left.
9 days left, and we're sitting at 2.3 million. Remember, this thing sold privately with pictures of the check and the handshake for 4.6 million. So now it's back up for auction through PWCC. Is this the modern grail of basketball cards?
Whoa.
For new generation, yes.
Is there a card better than this one?
What about the triple logo?
If
man?
we're not talking about the Steph Curry generation, then no.
No, what about
If
the
we're including Steph.
LeBron triple logo man?
No.
We moved on?
It didn't sell for
The
even
best
close to
modern
this.
card.
Yeah, but like we were talking about how that was
If you wanted to signify an era from
I'll say the best
2000
modern rookie card.
2010.
okay, I'll agree on that. Best modern rookie card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the chase that led to that triple logo man was unlike anything we've
Yeah,
seen.
the LeBron triple is probably one of the best modern.
Regardless of that, I think about like if that triple logo man sold at the time that this Luka originally sold. How much would have that triple logo man gone for?
Well, I don't know, Dan, because LeBron has a beard, so clearly would have probably not went as much.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I think
Luka
Jordan-
has a beard in this card. He's
does.
got some fuzz on that
Oh,
face.
fuzz. Okay, he
That's a
he hasn't
beard.
shaved in a couple days.
That is a
Playing
beard.
basketball. Well,
It's
actually, it's probably a rookie photo shoot,
a-
but
Beard.
it is kind of a beard. I do probably. I mean, not to trash on this card because it is a huge card. Probably the worst logo man design. The sideways cards just don't do it for me, man. I mean, it's just you can't even stand it up. Now you gotta read the BGS 9 on the side. Like I gotta tilt my head.
Then
you know what I mean?
then you're out of the bidding. It's not for you.
Well, I was going to bid, but yeah,
you don't have to bid. That's a good thing.
I mean, I think most people would agree with you. The vertical design would have been a lot better.
But they do have to change it up, right?
Yeah.
Every now and then, because
Yeah.
that's actually the same year that they did the Kyler. The same way that same year, Debo Samuel, Kyler,
Horizontal.
Daniel Dimes.
Yep.
But what do you guys?
But then the regular RPS from basketball were vertical, so that doesn't make any sense
I know it
either.
doesn't make any sense. Why they do the logo mans that way? Yeah, that's true because the Luka logo man was
It's
vertical.
a vertical card,
Yeah, or the Luka.
and it was a
RPA,
great
yeah.
design too. By the
That
way.
was a great design. Yeah. So why did they decide? Hey, we're going to change the logo man to that.
They just wanted to be funny, I guess.
Do some fun, weird, and wacky things sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you guys think this exceeds the 4.6 million?
No, I think this would be lucky if it hits 3.
That sounds like somebody's taking it in the shorts.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way it gets to 4.6.
I don't think so either. But yeah, somebody they're gonna lose, right?
Yeah. I think in this current market, which I'm still very, very, very high on Luka, I think in this market it maybe breaks 3.
Is it a deal at 3?
Is it Shine's card?
Is it a good deal at 3?
No. Somebody, no. Who bought this card?
Somebody bought it from Shine, though, I think.
I think
crazy.
so.
You're
I don't
crazy,
know.
man.
And I want to clarify, if I remember correctly, when this was bought, it was raw, right? It was not graded, or was it graded? I can't recall.
When it was sold?
When it was sold that first time for the 4.6
I don't think-
private sale.
I don't think that would have mattered anyways, though, right?
I think it was raw.
Well, nonetheless, because it goes BGS 9, not a 9.5 or a 10. So I don't know if that plays into it. I don't know if it's like maybe they were better off not grading the card.
I think we live in a different time than
No,
we
Shine
than
did-
we
Yes, of course.
than we did 2 years ago or a year and a half ago.
Yes.
Whenever it sold, probably says right up there on the.
Shine did sell it. Shine was the guy that got the 4.6 million, probably to make up for his Pokemon losses with Mr. Instagram. 4.6 million. Well,
Really?
there was a $4 million check, and then there was $600,000 in some other trade to collector Nick Fiorella, which I'm probably butchering there, but he's the one that's got it up on PWCC.
Not caught holding the bag. Good for Shine.
Shine sold it at the right time.
Great time.
Smart guy.
Just like when Vegas Dave sold that Trout.
Right time.
Yeah, but what about all the Derek cards?
Yeah, I was gonna say you want to talk about a guy caught holding all of the bags. It's him.
No, not all. Just the Derek Carr ones, dude. Come on.
I think he has as many.
He
has
made
as many cars as we have.
He
Shawn
made $4
Mannions.
million off of the Trout deal, dude.
Can I declare
And he
something?
spent all of it on Derek Carr.
Can I declare something real quick? Now that we brought him up into the show, we haven't talked about it in a long time.
We don't talk about him enough.
Derek
Well-
Carr or Vegas Dave?
No, Derek Carr gets brought up every week. Vegas Dave. There is no reason to talk about this man anymore. One, the Derek Carr collection, and two, the whole I got the biggest sports bet of all time. Done. Mattress Mac stomped on you. It's over. We don't need to talk about him. You lost. I mean, you won because you're a lot richer than I am, but you lose. Mattress Mac is the new king of sports betting.
I miss Vegas Dave.
Mattress. Who?
I predict
I mean,
this.
Mattress Mac.
How do I do it?
Who?
Mattress Mac, the guy who owns like a huge mattress chain store. in
What was his
Houston.
biggest bet that he won?
$75 million.
Every year, yeah, basically since the Astros have been going to the World Series, other than the year that they won, he's been putting a massive bet on them.
Like a futures bet.
Yeah, a massive futures bet for them to win the World Series, and his payout was $75 million because they won.
But he parlays it into selling mattresses. Right. So if you buy a mattress for over $3,000, you'll get double your money if the Astros win the World Series.
And you get to keep the mattress.
And you get to keep the mattress.
Yeah.
So that's why people want to buy from him, because they're like, oh, just in case it happens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's some kind of I don't think you can offer that.
I think that. So anybody who buys a Prism World Cup box for $400,
If USA wins.
if USA wins, we will give you $800 back, and you get to keep your box.
People are going to take you up on that one.
And then, well, I mean, we would get.
Wait.
We'd get how much money?
10,000 to 1. I'm probably betting like 100. So how much would I win?
How many boxes can we sell? How many boxes? We have 10, 10 boxes.
I love Derek Carr as a person, but is there anybody? I know we have a football segment coming up. I just want to get this off my chest right now.
So you can be like,
is there
I love
anybody that
Vegas
gets
Dave as a
more
person.
passes as he's going to do it next year than Derek Carr? Like, he's gotten more chances than any other player.
Well,
in the
he's
league.
our longest tenured quarterback that we've ever had.
Ever?
That's crazy.
Ever?
Not
You're
ever,
right.
but it's close.
It's getting up there now, though. Yeah.
Gannon
14
was there for a while, right?
not 8 years.
Dude, Derek Carr is
Yeah,
like
not that long.
Usually I was gonna cuss. We freaking switch quarterbacks like
Every
like
year.
nobody's business.
Now, I feel bad for trashing on Jimmy Garoppolo, and we got Derek Carr over
So
there.
we're at the point now, if he's been there that long, that he's probably starting to hold some of the all-time passing records for the Raiders.
Yep.
So he's kind of the GOAT.
That's why you guys never hear me say anything bad about
Right?
him.
I mean, he's the greatest Raider ever to do it in that position.
No, C-Red, you're right. He is now, by years played, the longest tenured quarterback, and he is 2 games shy of Kenny Stabler for most games played.
Oh, it's not even
at
close
Raiders
on
QB.
yards. He's got 33,000.
Yeah,
Ken Stabler has 19,000.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT Raider
Yeah.
quarterback. And
He has 204 touchdowns. Stabler has 150.
Do you have it up there, Doug? I want to ask this question, but do you have it up there? Games played at Raiders QB?
I can't see
Wait.
I can't see.
Yeah,
the running backs.
135.
Okay, then never. I was going to say number 3 on that list.
LaMonica?
Yeah, Daryl LaMonica. Rich
Not-
Gannon, number 4.
Not well, as far as games played, you got LaMonica 4th, Rich Gannon 3rd.
Is there wins on
Oh wait,
there?
no.
No.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I didn't
do
sort.
they have wins?
They do.
Stabler's got
So
to be
to answer your question,
He's
Doug,
59 and 76.
Doug, you said like
That ain't
does
that
anybody
bad.
get more of a pass than Derek Carr? It's like it's because he puts up the numbers. It's just like you're not winning. Like you're not winning a Super Bowl obviously with him. You know, he's just a really good quarterback. Been a really stable, consistent quarterback for us for the last decade. So
But
I'm sorry, Jimmy Garoppolo.
But answer this question: if Derek Carr goes to a team like that is got it dialed in, good offense, good defense,
and the NFL doesn't hate.
I think
I
don't
I'll give you that. You guys do get hated on.
I don't think Derek Carr is the problem with the Raiders.
No.
I
I've
think-
never
I
said
think
anything bad about
every
Derek Carr.
year. Every year, it's never like Derek Carr is holding this team back. It's like Derek Carr probably could have played better at times, but there's a
Yeah.
checklist of reasons why the Raiders get held
Yeah.
back.
Well, we'll
Exactly.
get into it in the NFL segment, but yeah, that was a game they should have
We're not
won.
talking. We're
Yeah.
not talking about the NFL today. This is it.
Yeah.
This is all. This is
it.
the only. The only
This is
segment
it,
we're only
dude.
talking about Derek Carr, and we're moving
Yeah,
on.
Well,
this is it, man.
all right,
Because
then.
Talk about lacrosse.
Guess
or
it's going to be a
talk
me
about-
and Doug segment.
talk
Yep,
about-
yep,
actually,
yep.
I'm here to talk about pickleball.
Well, they are running out of time for their sake, but Pujols' 700th home run. We'll touch on this. $360,000, and he's not even. He didn't even barely. I mean, when did Barry Bonds do it? Like 20 years ago.
Just about.
So
that would've
804,000 for Bonds, 360. Obviously, they don't love you like they love Bonds.
That's crazy to me that the Bonds number is so much higher than Pujols. I don't know if it's maybe just the time. Again, timing. 2 years ago, does this go for a lot more? Probably. I don't know.
But I think whoever bought that Bonds. Well, when was the Bonds ball sold?
It was sold.
It wasn't that long ago, right?
It was sold a little while ago. Now it was sold maybe about just after he hit it. I want to say maybe a year
I
after
just
he hit
think
it.
we're at the point now where people are speculating. When Bonds did it, Bonds obviously the undisputed home run king. So we know that. Nobody's hit more home runs than Barry Bonds. But you look at baseball and the way it's going, how many players are going to hit 700 home runs? Is it really going to... How exclusive is that list going to be?
I would argue I don't think there's going to be that. I mean, it took 20 years for another guy to do it. I know there was a much longer
Vlad
gap.
Guerrero Jr. Do you think he can hit
I
700
mean, he's
home
got a
runs?
chance, but I don't think
Juan
he's...
Soto.
No. Maybe,
he can hit it.
Miguel
Trout-
Cabrera is the closest, and obviously he's going to
He won't do
retire.
it, yeah.
507 on active list.
I
Nelson
think
Cruz,
he might be able to hit
459.
93 home runs next year.
Yeah.
That gets him to what? Anyway.
Stanton at 378.
Stanton might be the one, but Stanton's the only one I could think.
Trout's at 350.
Trout, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's as easy. Like I
think it's
think this is
pretty-
actually pretty rare.
I think it's pretty easy, Cody.
So are we?
So easy.
Is that 700? Is that a steal then? 360,000. It looks like a good deal, right?
Yeah, I mean, compared to Bonds, clearly. But again, the difference being Bonds, all-time record holder, and he was on, you knew, like, this is not the last one. Whereas Pujols, like, this is it. This is the ball you want. And he's not going to get, it's not going to be any more home runs than that. Also, the fact that Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth's 700 home run ball is nowhere to be found is a little strange.
I hope when I pass, they can identify my balls. By the way,
Thank you.
so
This is a kid.
Where
This is
did
a
that
family
come
show.
from?
It's a-
Family
well,
show.
because it says Aaron and Ruth balls never identified.
It's a family program.
It's like you telling me not to name that the break, you know, the Chronicles and whatever.
Oh yeah, I was. We had like 60. What was it? Fanatic. No, it was
Hidden Treasures.
Hidden
Diamond
Treasures.
Stars.
We had 60 autographed baseballs.
Hidden balls.
And I was saying, like, just do a Chrome and Balls break. And then I was like, but don't title it that because that doesn't, it's not going to sell product. And maybe it might. I don't know. I don't know.
Might get a different clientele than you're expecting for that one.
Yes.
You
Yes.
could
Well, if you guys are curious, you can go look at the website and see what I ultimately named it.
Ooh, I like that teaser.
Hopefully you put balls in the title.
All right, let's get into what you came here for. A week late, but the Kaboom controversy, as you've seen other outlets talking about. And we confirmed it ourselves that on a Crown Royale box, the code NC05960 was confirmed to have a Kaboom. Now, we opened up a $7,000 case, and we got a James Boonite. Not going to pay for our case, but...
Or the box.
So, yeah, I mean... Take it for what it's worth. I mean, to navigate through it, I would obviously buy this from trusted sources. If you're a seller, I don't know what you do. If you're going to shows, maybe you don't sell Crown Royale that way. Before I give you my opinion on this, I wanted to do a roundtable discussion. How do sellers prevent themselves for like running into this issue now going forward?
That's tough.
How do
you have Crown Royale on your shelf as a card shop, and people say, "Can I see all your boxes?" Do you just tell them no? Like, how do you even sell single boxes of this particular?
I think it also goes with. I know there's years where like there's been Chrome and Bowman and stuff like that where 95% of the time the autograph's in the same exact spot. So how do you navigate that?
That you can shuffle the packs.
I'm like, the way shops have navigated that process is opening up the box and then shuffling up the packs and putting it back in there. So the people who do come in, they think they're getting it, but it's already been shuffled. That I think you can't let people choose, right?
But then they're going to ask you, is that box still left? Then what do you say?
You can be transparent. It either is or it isn't, right? Like you got to be transparent. Like if that box is gone, then it's gone, right? I wouldn't lie about it. I would just be like, but there's also, again, that is just one subset. I wouldn't even call it a hit because it's not an autograph or a relic.
Sure.
That you can get out of the case, but there's still like prime silhouettes that I feel that like the Kabooms kind of took over. This product used to be all about prime silhouettes. Prime silhouettes at one point were like climbing up close to what like an NTRPA would be.
The ironic part, sorry to interrupt, but the ironic part is as you guys were opening that case, and I was recording it, and we might cut in some clips here to show you what was going on. But yeah, you hit that Kaboom, and it was like, eh. And meanwhile, it's like there's a Luka auto, there's Zion, there's all these like huge hits, but yeah, it's we're all fixated on the Kaboom, which I get, it's the case hit and all that.
Yeah,
but it was ironic,
Cool, like yeah, that same case we opened had a Luka silhouette, not prime, just a silhouette auto relic. Would you rather have that Luka auto or the Boo Knight Kaboom?
Right. It just kind of goes to show, like...
Would you rather have the Jokic auto or the Boo Knight? Would you rather have the Zion auto or the Boo Knight?
Right. Look, this isn't, obviously, the serial number thing, this isn't good. It's not a good look, and the fact that people can just kind of figure out exactly what they're going to get from it presents some issues, but we also got to take a step back and say, hey, this doesn't guarantee you're going to get the best thing out of this case, which we learned by opening a case of it.
I mean, the other thing is my issue with it, and then I'll pass it over to C-Rad. The shops or dealers or anybody who has product that's capitalizing on this by selling it on eBay, I think we've already seen it.
Yep.
Where people are listing these boxes, guaranteed Kaboom, showing the number on the box.
That's bad.
Like that's weak. That's not transparent. I would never support people who are doing that. If that's a shop or if that's any type of reseller, that's just not the transparency that we need in this hobby. So that is something that I saw right out of the gate. I mean, it was like probably a day or two after the story broke. It was already up on eBay.
I mean, it gives some weight to people actually breaking cases, though. I mean, you see people that, and sometimes you can't always do case breaks because you have to buy the product loose. But, usually on release day, we're doing case breaks or we're opening the case and doing random through the boxes. So it adds some more question marks to maybe some people that aren't doing it that way and saying that kabooms are still in play. Did they know? I'll be completely transparent because we have nothing to gain or lose in this. We had no idea. So for the narratives that are out there that people already knew about this stuff, we had no idea.
I got it.
No clue. And I'll also, after C-Rag gives you his opinion, I'll actually present like what I think is actually how this went down. I don't think it was anything malicious. It was just an error at the manufacturer. But what do you think?
I mean, to answer your question, that is hard for a seller now to sell this product loose, right? Because like with the scenarios that you guys were just going through, it's like not letting the customer choose, but at the same time, it's like, okay, so which box are you going to give me then? You know what I mean?
My thought
like,
would be to open because I think if you open them up, they're all like this, right?
Yeah.
And maybe have them just pick one,
yeah.
right?
Do you think anybody's not? They're not.
But
gonna
then once some are gone, though, then you're gonna have that.
Are they
question.
gonna be able to like contain themselves and not like pull them out and look at them?
I mean that's the fairest way of like doing like a random. But once it's pulled, are you gonna? I know you guys say, and I agree with you that.
I mean, what if
that
you?
the biggest hit wasn't that? But if you tell a customer,
What if you
I'm
did-
interested in buying Crown Royale, was the Kaboom pulled, and you'd be like, yes.
What
You're
if
like,
you did? What if you did this and you actually, let's say, because not everybody can open up the case and then store the case somewhere and then pull
Sure.
it out, right? So, but what if you go and get like 6 boxes and you actually do stack them up? You're like, okay, you could pick one of these boxes, but you basically stack it to where you can't see
Right, that's-
the
yeah,
stickers.
that's
So
what I
it's
was
kind of the
thinking,
same
yeah.
thing that you're talking about, and not allow people to be like. Now, granted, you're going to have to be transparent. Like, if somebody says, what is that? Because, I mean, shops would probably look and see if that box is in there, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's
You're
kind
gonna
of.
tell the customer if it.
I think
hasn't
you have to
been
be.
hit
I
yet.
think you have to be transparent and say that numbered box is not in this stack or it is in this stack.
Yeah, I think, and also I want to add that, luckily this is not like a issue that runs across multiple products on the Panini line, right?
Well,
this
yeah,
is
we did
this
some
is a,
research with one and it wasn't the same.
this is a very isolated situation. I'm not saying it hasn't happened before, because I've told people before on our chat rooms this past week and everybody else that I've talked to about this, like I've seen this in other products years ago, but it's not like it wasn't like every product. Say like 40 products came out that year for basketball. I seen it one product back in the days 2014, which was Court Kings basketball, where a guy knew where the biggest rookie auto was by looking at the stickers. So this has been this if whatever it's going on with the manufacturing issues where they're putting the stickers with the case hit or whatever it is, like that they're messing up on that part, but it's not something that happens with every single product.
Well, and this is after, we did do a tour of the printing facility and 16 or 17. But anyways, they have different conveyor belts, right? So they have a conveyor belt that's going to have case hits, and they have a conveyor belt that has maybe the best hit of the case, or Luka or Cade for that matter. And then they have another conveyor belt and I'm not saying this is fact. This is what I've understood. So the kabooms would come on one conveyor belt all by themselves. So let's just say there was 7,000 kabooms. I'm just throwing that number out there as well. They would all come out of one area. So what the people that are packing it are supposed to do, and this isn't Panini, this is the packing facility. Is they're supposed to take 16 boxes, put them in a case, and then sticker each box from that case. So almost your case would be in sequential order. But what happened here, in my opinion, was they had one guy doing all the Kaboom boxes. So if you look at these stickers, it's a 9-digit number. So it's NC05960. There's still 4 more digits. So that is, a potential of 9,000 more numbers. So they basically stickered all the Kaboom boxes, probably for speed, because it would make more sense for one guy to. And these are coming off of rolls, and they probably use the same sticker for select and all the. It's the NBA or whoever prints these up, because it's a license, gets sent, and they just have to put them on the box in sequential order. It also probably keeps them track of how many are sold, because it's probably a number that does that. But that person that was doing the Kaboom boxes did them all 7,000, so that's why the number NC05960, it starts the same. That's why that's all the same. Rather than putting the 16 box, and I hope this makes sense, rather than putting the 16 boxes in a case, then stickering them, because then the numbers would have been, there would never be a Kaboom that would match at that point.
Yeah.
So that is my opinion on what happened. I don't think it was anything malicious.
Yeah.
I think it was And you know what? After the pandy, I got to make sure I say it that way. They couldn't work as many hours. They were also, I've heard Topps is now printing out of that facility. So these guys are probably overworked at these packing facilities. Honestly, probably not making great wages, and they probably are told to get things done fast. So it's not fast to do 16 boxes at a time, as fast as it is to do 7,000 boxes at a time.
Yep.
So I think that's what happened here. Honestly, I think it's isolated. If it happens again, it's going to be a different number, and somebody's going to have to still discover that number by doing data and stuff like that.
Yeah. The thing I was going to say, luckily, this was, I don't know if luckily, but this is happening with a product that came out a while ago. This is luckily like not a lot of distributors, shops, breakers. We don't have this product.
Yeah, this came
anymore.
out 6 months ago.
So it's not like there's a lot to go around where people are just gonna be like, trying to like just go for the Kaboom boxes. Also, the reason I brought up that the example before from years ago is that don't expect to go into every single product that comes out and be like, I'm gonna figure out which box has the best autos or the case hit by looking at the numbers, because that's just not gonna be the case. Yeah, it's not gonna work out well for you.
Yeah, because Firehand was starting to do it with 1-1, and he was starting to sense a pattern on 1-1. So we're like, oh my God, it's gonna happen again. But his numbers were different on Timeless than our numbers. They weren't even close. So makes me think that 1-1 was done the correct way. And I don't think 1-1 has case hits, so they may not be coming off different conveyor belts anyway. So the concern is the products that have case hits like this, and there's a lot of them, that maybe the person that's doing this is going to take the easy route and sticker them all at the same time. Don't know, but I think Panini's caught wind of this.
Yeah,
they're probably also making sure it's not going to happen.
That's what I was going to say too. You would hope that because Topps and Panini obviously they see what's going on in the hobby, they can make the effort to contact the printing facility and be like, hey, you guys need to switch up, make sure like you're not putting the same sticker on all of the case hit boxes.
And if anybody has an opinion on that, let us know. I know it's going to seem like it's coming from a biased standpoint because we sell the product.
It's not biased because I was just telling you guys right now. I was breaking since 2014. I seen this happen with Court Kings basketball in 14-15, and because we didn't live in a boom area or boom time of the hobby, like nobody, and so people weren't really using social media like that. Like it really wasn't like nobody gave it a second thought. There was guys that knew that which numbers had the best rookie autos, and then it was that product, boom, and then I never thought about it again. It was literally that only product.
Also, it was 14-15, and it was Court Kings.
Court Kings, yeah,
it was Court Kings.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody would do the research on. What was Court Kings was like a. It was like.
But Court Kings was a fun product.
It was a fun product,
but it was probably like a Kobe auto then, right?
It was the biggest rookie auto. This guy would come into my room. He would be like, "What are the numbers?"
It was like a $60 product.
Yeah, it was like $60.
It was like $60.
So he would come into my room. He would ask me, "Hey, can I I would sell personal boxes like everybody else, And he would like, "Can I see the numbers on the box?" And I, me being new, I was new that time. I didn't know anything. I was brand new in the hobby, just started breaking. So I was like, "Sure, man." I let him look at the boxes, and then after a while, like, wow, this guy's really like picking out the boxes that have the main rookie autos every time. Sometimes he would be off. Like, it wouldn't be in there, but I would say like 75% of the time it was there.
That's why I think we've always adopted, and even before we even knew about this, it actually was adopted because we didn't want people to pick, or they wouldn't be in the room after they made the purchase, so you'd be sitting there asking, and then people would wait. We adopted always doing a random. So if you had 6 boxes on the table, you random it using random.org. And it wasn't because of that, but now looking back on it, I think that makes the most sense if you're thinking about selling something like this or something that has a guaranteed case hit. We did it because somebody would buy, and then they would watch the video later, and so you'd be like, hey, John, pick your box. John, not there. Okay, we're going to do the randomizer. So we were just like, you know what? We're just going to do the randomizer going forward. But
before we move on, something that's just kind of in my head, because there's a lot of folks, a lot of chatter about online of like, oh wow, Panini really messed up. They knew what they were doing with this and all that. Like the narrative that Panini is pulling the strings and knew exactly what was going on with this. And I guess I have just been trying to figure out if that is indeed the case, that Panini knew what they were doing here, which I think we're all kind of in agreement. I don't think that's what happened. I think your theory, Doug, is actually sounds like the most correct one. But let's just for a second say that, okay, Panini did it. What is the incentive from Panini's perspective, honestly? Because, one, you can say, well, they're going to sell more cases. No. Well, the cases are already out there. The product's already out there.
Cases are sold.
Right.
Sold.
And then you're going to sell one single box, and the rest of the boxes are just going to sit. So that's where I'm like, look, is it a mistake? Is it bad? Of course it is. But the idea that they're doing this because this is what they want is insane to me because it means less product gets sold.
Yeah,
in the long
the one
run.
fear would be, I guess, if that was done malicious by somebody at the packing plant, the word did get out to a few people, and then those people were buying cases, finding the one box, opening it, and selling the other 15.
Yeah,
loose.
I mean-
but like we hit a James Boone night, like I said, that probably didn't even pay for our box.
Yeah, and if someone out there does have a theory of like, well, this is what the advantage is, please let me know because I have been really trying to figure it out, and it just would be, to me, it's bad business if they were going to do this. It just makes everyone look bad, and again, you're going to sell less product the sooner people figure that out.
Exactly. Yeah, there's definitely no incentive. I mean, but it's on the heels of the juice case theory. The juice case of
That's what it is. That's really what it is.
It was like a snowball, and now we have like, look, there is a way for a breaker to know where cards are. So if you're a casual hobbyist, if you're just paying attention to the chatter, it's not a good look for the hobby because you've just seen the headlines.
Also, let me break this down. This is so. If you ever file a claim with Panini having a missing hit, damaged product, whatever, what do they ask for?
They ask for a pack or a box code, right?
They ask for the UPC. It's on the back right here. And they ask for a pack, right, and an invoice from who you purchased it from. If they were tracking it and they knew exactly based on the serial number, wouldn't they have a database and they want that code right there because they would know exactly what you would be missing? Because they're not going to be able to track it with that UPC code on the back because that is the same for every single box.
So that's a good point. Yeah, that's a very.
It's the only points I make, Doug, are the good ones.
But yeah, you imagine the massive amount.
But that's
of
the thing,
tracking.
because everybody's
Yeah.
like, they're tracking everything by these numbers. They know exactly what's in here based on those numbers. Well, they don't.
I mean, that's
And if they did, in order to rectify a situation like a missing hit, they again would ask for that if they knew exactly, like, oh, that one ending in 9130, that we have data that you are indeed missing that hit, and it was a Nikola Jokic auto.